Apple doesn't trust Facebook, and we should not either. So Apple recently added a new privacy feature to their iPhone operating system that kind of limits Facebook and other companies' abilities to target us through ads or sponsored stories. And that's a great thing. And I actually personally blame Facebook for encouraging Americans to become either more right-wing or more left-wing. And Facebook does this by showing you videos and advertisements that appeal to your political interests, therefore making people much more extreme in their political party affiliations in general. And Facebook's algorithm knows if you are a Democrat or a Republican based on your posts, your likes, etc. And this is very dangerous, as the country is actually more conflicted today than at any point in history, going back to maybe the hippie movement in the 1960s when they used to say, don't trust anybody over 30. Now, I believe in freedom of speech, but I don't believe in artificial intelligence-based algorithmic manipulation and magnification of our political affiliations. And so I say good for you, Apple, for Heismaning Facebook's sponsored stories advertising targeting process. So Apple's certainly not perfect, but I do commend them for their enhanced privacy strategy, which I think is quite noble and sincere as well. Yeah. And part of me feels that if you love this country as I do, then perhaps we should pressure companies to consider boycotting Facebook entirely. But it's hard to boycott Facebook. I'm conflicted, right? It's tough because, and this is going to blow you away, but 44% of the planet uses at least one Facebook product every single month. And so for large corporations to boycott this platform, some might feel it's fiscally irresponsible. And so it's actually a very, very tough call. But it might be the right decision to boycott Facebook. And I actually don't post on Facebook personally anymore, but it's so hard, man, to ignore that 44% statistic. It's kind of like it's hard for Microsoft to not think about censorship by allowing Bing to be in China. And I don't believe in censorship, obviously. But I think the solution is that companies limit their use of advertising on Facebook until the company, kind of strips away all of their abilities to magnify our political differences. And it's actually interesting because many people actually get depressed after using Facebook because it's not reality. As people, they post about happy things and their new material purchases in many cases. And so people have this false sense of reality when using the platform. And I love what Apple has done, making a stance against Facebook. And I really hope other large companies do the same. And 10 years ago, actually, my hero, Sergey Brin, who's the co-founder of Google, he pulled out of China. He pulled Google out of China because of a lack of freedom of speech. And I see Apple's recent privacy update as a more benign jab at Facebook as well. Now, I think ultimately politicians will find a way to regulate Facebook. Potentially the EU will do so, along with United States regulators. And until then, I don't think we can trust Facebook.